Okay, my friends. Okay, so that is the importance of these straits, right? So the British Empire had to, for instance, or the French Empire had to have control of all these straits. And incidentally, this is also a very important strait, and that is called the Strait of um, Malacca. Uh, or is it, you have to double check, my friends. Is it double L or double C? Double check for me. Okay? All right, my friends. So this is like, look at it. This is the extent of the British Empire in 19th century, right? In 19th century, all of Canada, a good portion of Americas, good portion of Africa, East Africa, South Africa, West Africa, all the rich, very rich regions of Africa, Indian subcontinent, right? This is down below, under, right? This is Australia, right? And all over Southeast Asia, right? So this is the British Empire. We don't have the first French Empire, but this is an anachronous map of French imperialism. What is the meaning of anachronous? Okay, I want you to go and look it up. Okay, but I tell you basically, it means that it is not chronological. It's at the same time, you know, all the imperial holdings from, you know, a few centuries, all at the same time shown here, right? Because as we know, right, the French lost their possessions in North America and Canada and well, I don't know about North. Yeah, um, lost all of that, all of those positions. I mean, but this is the 19th century sort of version of it, right? So, okay, so if you look at British and French imperialism during the 19th century, the blue is the French, right? The red is the British, right? And the concern is to access the riches of India, right? Riches of India. But of course, there was one major problem here, and that was the fact that we already have we had an important power that was in possession of all these areas. I mean, the areas that you see, right, on the map, right? And that was the Ottoman Empire. And the Ottoman Empire was there between 1453 to 1920. So in order for the British and the French to come here, right, or to get here, or to go there, or you know sorry, to get here, for instance, right? They had to disassemble, right? The Ottoman Empire. This is the Ottoman Empire at its greatest extent, right? And they started doing that, right? They started doing that because to them the Ottoman Empire, listen to this, had become the sick man of Europe, right? And they had to, you know, fix this sick man, and the way they fixed it is that they disassembled it, right? And they took it over, right? So at the same time that there is the sick man of Europe, incidentally, there is here the scramble for Africa, where the British, French, later on the Italian, later on the Germans, are all in the 19th century, right? And the Belgians are all trying to get a piece of Africa, right? Riches of Africa, right? And then in as far as the this area is concerned, right? That was called the Eastern Question. That is what led to the creation of Afghanistan and, Pakistan and India as we know it later on. Okay, so my friends, this has been a long lecture, but I hope you have liked it so far. Let me just finish it. Okay, so that was the problem. So they needed to break up the Ottoman Empire, and this is how they broke it up, right? Little by little, right? In Eastern Europe, so to speak, right? Moldavia, Bosnia, Greece, right? Ultimately Egypt, of course, and the Fertile Crescent, this area, which is called the Fertile Crescent, right? They broke it up, right? So that by 1920, when Ataturk came to power, right, it basically had Turkey, right? Basically had Turkey. The Ottoman Empire was no longer, and you have the establishment of Turkish Republic, right, by Ataturk, right? So, so that's how the colonial and imperial sort of wars took place, right? And you see what we have in 1898, right? The pink ones, as you see, it's all British Empire. The blue ones is the French Empire. This part is the Spanish sort of colonies. The black is the Congolese and Belgium, right? Colonies, and the light blue is America is picking up, and then of course Canada is still under imperial British power, right? And so on and so forth. And this is your China, and you see that the French as well as the British are here, right? And the French are also here, right? So they are controlling all the major sort of regions, important strategic regions of the world. So going back to the question of, so where was Islamic civilization born, right? If you ask anybody, a friend of yours, right, ask them where is the Middle East. It is in this context, it is in this colonial context, right, where that Mahan introduced in 1902 the notion of Middle East, and from 1800 the notion of Near East, right? Basically, this is the area that we are talking about, but I want to show you how differently they construe the Middle East, right? Here, the Middle East, here it includes Turkey, it includes, Central Asia, it includes Egypt, Sudan, Ethiopia, right? Turkey, but here you see it also includes, Pakistan, Afghanistan, it is all a confused mess of identification. So if not Middle East, then what do we call it, right? Then what? Then this is Western Asia, or better yet, Southwestern Asia, right? If we go to our map of, I'm sorry, of the world, right? You see that is Africa. This is Europe here on this corner of north of Africa, west of Africa is Spain, right? And so west. This is my friend. Look at this. Asia is the biggest, one of the biggest continents after Africa, I think. This is the extent of Asia. So Western Asia, right, would be the part that goes from northeastern Iran. This is Iran, and this is the Caspian Sea. This is Iran. So it is from here. This is you see this part of you cannot see it, but this is you see Africa. You see the Horn of Africa down below the Gulf of Aden, right? You see the Saudi Arabia, you see this? So Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, all of these were sort of created believe it or not, in 1970, right? And this is Anatolia, Turkey. This is Iran, this is the Caspian Sea. So we are here actually dealing with Western Asia or Southwestern Asia. What is the good thing about calling it South Asia or West Asia or Southwest Asia? What is it? It does not have the connotation of this concept of Middle East, where you have Shiis and Sunnis and a vicious people sort of against each other, Iranians, Arabs, Turks, this and that. It just has populations, right? It does not touch on the oil. It does not reflect any of the not on terrorism, not on sort of wealth of the region. It does not include any of these except for the totally geographical concept of Western Asia. So my friends, there are a number of problematics. I have started the course with you by a number of problematics. What is the problematic with Islamic civilization? What is the problem with Western civilization, right? And Western civilization and Middle Eastern Islamic civilization, and so on and so forth. I leave you here for now. For this module, I want there would be a geography handout. I want you to figure out the geography, and there will be a geography quiz. I will give you the handouts. I will tell you what I want you to know, right? And then you listen to this video, and there are 2 more shorter videos. I promise you, shorter videos that we will have, and then I'll tell you yes, and then we'll talk about everything. That's it for now, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this lecture, and talk to you and see. Well, I cannot see you, unfortunately, but until next lecture, I bid you farewell. Thank you.